Extraordinary close to a terrible ordeal for Americans held prisoner in Iran. It ended here on this tarmac in Switzerland, that plane carrying 3 of them to freedom. And here, the moment one of the most high-profile of those prisoners, a Washington Post bureau chief, finally arrived. Their families and friends anxious to see the faces they haven't seen for a long while, some for years. But even as they celebrate, one American who disappeared in Iran years ago is still missing. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl with new details on the secret negotiations.
Tonight, that first image of freed Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian, greeted in Geneva by a State Department official who helped negotiate his release. Also on that flight out of Iran, Amir Hekmati, the former Marine held for more than 4 years in the notorious Evin prison. His sister and brother-in-law were all smiles on their way to meet him in Germany. And Pastor Saeed Abedini, who's been separated from his wife for years.
Been a single mom for 3.5 years, and the kids, uniting with them, I think, will be a precious moment.
At the White House, President Obama celebrated the prisoner's long overdue release.
Today we're united in welcoming home sons and husbands and brothers who in lonely prison cells have endured an absolute nightmare.
The Washington Post Tehran bureau chief was jailed in July of 2014, just 6 weeks after discussing life in Iran on Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown.
I love it and I hate it, but it's home. It's become home.
His mother and wife, now reunited with him, made this tearful plea during his imprisonment.
He's been in prison for the last year. He and his wife, who is also a journalist, have not been able to. She's not able to speak to the press.
His extended family tonight is in Germany. The dramatic day is the culmination of 14 months of negotiations, mostly in Switzerland. U.S. officials calling the discussions very intense, and until a few weeks ago, no one knew how it would end up. The Obama administration also agreed to pay $1.7 billion to settle an old financial dispute with the Iranian government. Not included in the prisoner swap was former FBI agent Robert Levinson. The 67-year-old disappeared in Iran in 2007.
Even as we rejoice in the safe return of others, we will never forget about Bob.
The 3 longest-held American prisoners are now at the American military base in Landstuhl, Germany, where, reunited with their families, they are getting some much-needed medical attention and hope to be on their way home soon.